Shit, look clean to me.
Holly made this beat, baby.
And welcome back to another exciting episode of Kicking It with Keisha and Vonnie.
Hello.
Today we have a special guest in our studio audience, and his name is Kemarr. He is a real estate mogul and an actor.
Thank you.
So, Kemarr, how are you doing today?
I feel amazing. What about y'all?
Good.
Good.
Doing good. So real estate mogul.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't really call myself that, but it's good to be, classified as a mogul, so that's cool.
okay.
Yep.
So did you grow up in Detroit?
I did East Side, Red Zone. Went
Okay.
to Osborne High School. What's up, Osborne Knights?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so graduating from Osborne, and then did you get directly into real estate, or how did you get started off?
It was a tough road. So after high school, I graduated in '99, so I'm 42 years old. When I graduated high school, the goal was to get a job at the Big Three. That didn't happen, and quick backstory, I emancipated myself at 16, so I was already considered an adult. But after high school, I was still kind of going back and forth to my parents' house. Couldn't get along, so I was like, yo, I got to get out of here. So I enrolled in college a year after I graduated. I went to Ferris State High School, did a year there, dropped out because I had dope boy ambitions. I wanted to run the streets, and I was doing music. That didn't work out for me, and I was just kind of floating, trying to figure myself out. So it wasn't until my mid 30s when I actually got involved in real estate, and that happened by accident. I got into an auto accident, got a settlement check for $12,000. I didn't know anything about real estate, but what ended up happening is, like, houses was cheap at the time. This was like 2015, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna buy a house. I don't care how long it take me to fix it up. I'm gonna buy a house, fix it, flip it, do something. I wanted to own something. And I bought my first crib and started a business. And after that, I depleted all my cash. So I was like, yo, I don't know what to do. I got a house, I fixed it up, I got tenants, but I still don't have any money, you know what I mean? And the lady who brokered my deal told me to get my real estate license, and I did it. To me, getting my real estate license was like getting a master's degree, a double master's. So I was like, I could make something of myself, and it was on ever since.
To the next level.
I took it to the next level.
That's great.
So with taking it to the next level, how hard was that? Because you see so many people that think, oh man, I just saw somebody, they flipped a house and they make 30,000 in commission, this and that. So then they take the real estate classes, and then they can't sell a house, and it's, they're not getting that fast money that they're expecting.
Real estate is one of those things you got to ride the wave. It's not going to be smooth sailing as soon as you get your license. You got to know how to maneuver, understand the market shifts. With any business, there's always going to be up seasons, down seasons. So you got to know money management, first of all, because you're working off a commission. So you can make a quick 8,000 off a house or something, and then you can blow it and may not get another deal closed, for several months. So money management is a huge asset in this business. Fortunately for me, I've been consistently doing my thing this is my 8th year. So yeah, I've been constantly scaling my business. It's been a blessing. It's not an easy business though.
With so many people in the business, what sets you different? What's your motto? What makes you different?
My likability. Likability is huge for my brand. That's how I can bounce from doing real estate sales, or you see me in a movie, or I do music. I didn't put myself in a box.
Right.
I write a book. I still get to, you see me drinking champagne out here with these beautiful ladies. Like, I just do what I want to do, and I'm like, yo, somebody's gonna relate to it, and if you can relate to that, why not do business together? Because I'm giving you my most authentic self. Yeah, I feel like if you can trust me, you'll want to spend some money with me, or you'll want to make some money with me. You know, full disclosure is always essential for my business and personal life.
Yeah.
Now, what type of music did you dabble into?
I was doing hip hop. I was pretty good
Okay.
too. I ain't gonna front, but
Key Diego.
Key
He
Diego,
Right.
that was my Monica,
Okay.
yeah.
was Detroit City poster boy, right?
Yep, that was me.
Okay.
Found
Yeah.
it on Apple Music.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Thank you. Yeah. It was just the time when I was doing music, it was that weird shift where you had CDs and then it was going into stream, like what is it, MP3s.
Mhm.
And at the time, Detroit didn't really have a market. You know, we had like Eminem
Right.
and, you know, Royce the 5'9" and everybody else were, you know, city celebrities. And it was just hard to get that distribution deal at that time. So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On to bigger and better things.
You know, hey, that was I thought that was my ticket out, but you know, I had to figure it out.
Right.
And figuring it out sometimes is it's a task within itself. Yeah.
Definitely.
Now, what advice, like, to people that are, you know, they're getting into real estate? Like you said, you got to ride the wave.
Mhm.
Like, what are some ideas as far as, like, so now I know you will probably have to have another job when you first start, or
Yeah.
like, what are some ways to, like, muddle through besides money management? Can you reach out to people? Do people, like, do referrals? Like, you know what, I'm going to let this person have this job, or does that work like that?
It's-
Networking?
Yeah, typically you're right. Most real estate agents they come into the game and they're part time. I wouldn't advise anybody to come in and quit your daytime
Right.
job.
Right.
I think it takes about 2 years to really get the steam rolling, but you got to be consistent. Marketing, like building your brand, is very important because that's what's going to let people become aware to what it is you do and how you do it. After that, you got to just hustle. It's my philosophy is do a minimum of 3 things every day pertaining to whatever business you're in. Just do 3 things minimum, and if you do more, that's a bonus. But you should be doing something every day to propel your business. That's it.
Yeah, you gotta remember
that's-
that. Yeah, that's really good.
even if it's not real estate, that's some good advice to, you know, with anything that you're pursuing or doing, to every day do at least 3 things towards
Yeah.
that goal. That's some good sound advice.
I tell you, you know, focus on your brand. If your brand's strong, the money gonna come. So,
Right.
you know, people go in, I want to make a lot of money. If you're doing your thing, the money's gonna come. It's gonna follow you. But you want to have that brand right there. You want to have that recognition and that notoriety so that people want to spend money with you. They want your product or your service that you offer.
So being a real estate agent, like, you mostly sell houses in Detroit,
I sell them anywhere.
anywhere.
I'm
So-
in Kalamazoo, I'm Jackson,
Do
anywhere.
you see a shift or notice anything, like, with African Americans trying to get, like, I hear that sometimes it's harder for them to get home loans based on, you know, their race or things like that, or they might be offered a house at a higher price than, you know, what somebody else. Do you see a change in those type of things?
I've never witnessed it personally. Discrimination is gonna happen. So you got to be able to have some thick skin, because if you're you know, from the urban areas or whatever, and you're trying to go out to Rochester Hills, someone may look at, you know, the African American couple and say, I'm gonna rent to somebody else that looks like me. And I think as a whole, everybody does that. You know, you're around what looks like you. You know what I mean? What feels comfortable. So it's one of those things. But if you got a good agent to represent you, you know, they do the talking for you with your mouthpiece. It's their mouthpiece that's gonna get your foot in the door. You know, figuratively speaking.
Right. Okay.
Let's talk about the movie.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that transition from real estate to how did you become, you know, dabbling, getting into this role?
So I always dabbled in acting. That was something that I really wanted to pursue at a point in time, but it's hard when you're here. And this was before the Detroit scene really blew up with acting.
Yeah.
You got to kind of be in LA and Hollywood, and I didn't have the means to do so. So my acting bits were scarce. I may have done a reality show or done a web series or something like that, but nothing too serious. But people knew that I was doing some acting, so the producer, he actually he remembered that I did some acting. He called me randomly. He was like, "Hey, what's up, Key?" I was like, "Yo, what's good, brother?" He was like, "Hey, you know, I'm about to start filming a new movie. I got this role that I think you would be perfect for. I'm like, okay, what's the role? He was like, well, you're gonna be playing best friends to Don Bishop from Black Ink Crew Chicago. I was like, oh, okay, that's what, like, yo, I'm coming right in. You know what I mean? I wasn't familiar with Don Bishop, but I knew people that watched the show.
Okay.
I said, yeah, I'll do the role. He sent me the breakdown and the script. I liked the part. I was like, yeah, I can definitely play that. And then 2 weeks later, he called me and was like, hey, I got some bad news. I'm like, what's up? He was like, hey, you know Trey Chaney from The Wire, Saints and Sinners? He was like, yeah, I gave him your part. I was like, oh, okay. He was like, you don't know how I feel. It's all good. I was crushed on the inside. But he was like, no, I really want you in the movie. So I wrote a part in for you.
Oh.
So it was actually a very, very good part in the movie. It plays an intricate part in it. And
Okay.
the rest was on after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's the name of this movie?
It's called Omission. Yeah. So, it's not, people not quite lying, just kind of telling the half truth. So leaving some important parts out of the truth. It's a relationship drama.
Okay.
It's definitely a chick flick. Women to get it.
All right.
Yeah, when will people be able to see it?
And where?
We had the premiere a couple weeks ago, but it'll be on Amazon Prime April 14th, and then it's going to Tubi at the end of May.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Tubi is kind of been like a beacon for like I'll just say some of the hood movies. And
Oh, yeah.
Just with some of the black directors and stuff now out of Detroit, like it seems like they've been able to have a good working relationship with Tubi. Like they've been putting us on the map.
Yeah, I'm actually me and my friend Trey Chaney, who I just mentioned, we started a company called Fourth Quarter Media. So we're going to be executive producing our own films, working on some projects that will involve real estate and also the entertainment aspect. So that's the show that we're in development with right now that we're going to be pitching to networks. And with Fourth Quarter Media, we're going to be looking for musical talent and the whole nine. So, yeah, so I'm going to get my foot in the door from an executive standpoint more so than an artistry standpoint. Because I like the art of business more so than anything.
Sure. Okay. Yes. You're doing it all.
Right.
I'm trying to
do it right.
Right. Definition of a hustler.
For sure.
See?
Yeah.
That's what a hustler is.
Yep.
Anyway, not just one.
So, we had some hot seat questions we wanted to ask.
I'm ready.
We're gonna get a little too deep.
That's all good.
Couple of little things. We were talking about social media earlier with somebody and just how those types of things can hurt a relationship. So first of all, what's your relationship status?
My relationship status, I'm actively dating.
Okay. Now, if you were in a relationship,
Mhm.
would you want to be friends with your partner on social media?
Yeah, I'm friends with. I don't see a problem being friends with my significant other.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem being yeah, that's cool. You can come see what I'm doing, Come check me out, boo.
Okay, they're saying now, like with the divorces now, 80% have the words written in on Facebook, Instagram, DMs and things like that. Like those types of things are actually interfering in relationships.
But I don't
stuff like that.
understand. What's the problem? If you like a picture, I liked it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
What's wrong
when
with
it's-
that?
Some of that is, I think, insecurity.
I don't like that. So now I gotta be worried about if I'm gonna get some flack because I like somebody's picture. Oh my God, let's be serious.
Why? It's like, can I have friends? I can't like anything. Like I had somebody tell me, like, well, I couldn't even like your post, but it was funny as hell. But I didn't want my man to get mad.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that about?
Mm.
So a lot of it has to do with like just people being insecure and things like that.
Yeah, not only insecure, like my lady, she can't exude that type of arrogance. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
arrogance to think that we're not supposed to interact with the opposite sex. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to
I like
be
how
able
you
to.
put that.
You got to be able to trust your partner in some facet where it's like, hey, you can talk to who you want to talk to, but as an adult, you know what you should and shouldn't be doing while in a relationship with me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So go out. If you at the bar with your homegirls, I expect men to buy you drinks. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that, you got to take it any further than that, but that's what's going to happen. You're a pretty woman, so I expect, dudes to flirt with you and all of that, but I also expect you to represent me as well as the relationship in a whole, when we're together. Absolutely.
Exactly.
So with the active date, what types of things are you looking for in a woman?
Well, the things, my woman already got it, but
Okay.
the thing that the things that I look for in a woman, I used to didn't know, so I got to think. I'm a little buzzed, but
Okay.
the things that I look for in a woman, first of all, is compatibility. I
Okay.
need somebody that I can actually kick it with. Also, I need somebody that's nurturing, somebody that's understanding with a sense of humor, somebody that's physically stunning and attractive, and also someone that's my friend. Before anything, if the relationship gets rocky, we can get centered and be like, yo, we're together because we were friends first. Like, I'm not gonna do some BS to you where it's gonna, tarnish the relationship. Yeah.
So you're an Aquarius, and the charts say you're most compatible with Libras. Do you believe that? And have you ever dated a Libra?
Damn, I don't even think I know what a Libra. The only Libra that came to mind is my little sister. You know what I mean? I don't think it's like a big population of Libras. Yeah, so I've never dated a Libra. Nah, I don't think so. Maybe a couple times, but I think the Libra, I ain't gonna say her name, but she was kind of boring. You know what I mean? Just boring, like, overall.
She wasn't even memorable.
Right.
I know her. No, she definitely memorable, but just boring. It's like, oh, you cool, but
What's a deal breaker?
A deal breaker for me, damn it, I can put up with a lot too. Let me think. I can put up with a lot. A deal breaker is probably doing something to interfere with my paper stacking, to interfere with my business affairs. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather you have an affair than ruin my business affairs. So yeah, don't interfere with my money. So that's probably a deal breaker. If I feel like you're a liability to me as a whole, that's a deal breaker for me.
Ladies, listen to that.
Don't be a liability.
Don't be a liability.
Don't be a liability. You know what I'm saying? And then be secure with yourself. A lot of women just be, insecure, don't know how to make themselves happy. You know what I'm saying? And don't know how to deal.
Self-esteem.
Right. I was watching the Queen's Court, and they were just talking about, Tamar was saying one of her relationships she had to let go because of the spotlight she's in.
Mm-hmm.
So, being in that spotlight and she was dating somebody that wasn't, it was like, okay, now all these women coming at me because I'm dating you, but this wouldn't have happened had they not talked, and it was just too much for him. He ended up breaking up with her. So now that, you know what I'm saying, you were actively dating before, but now it's like, okay, you got a little famous, that Detroit fame, you know what I'm saying? The movie's going to be coming out. People are going to be really recognizing you. You know what I'm saying? So how do you deal with that? Like, just people the fakers that want to get close.
You know what? I think that I've already experienced that. With any amount of success or some type of notoriety, you're going to get people that's envious. I believe we were talking about this off camera where we were saying that, people they want you to do good, but it's like they cheering for you when you coming up, but once you get there, it's like, man, he don't deserve it. They waiting on you to fall. So you gotta just be secure with what you got going on, know yourself, and know that you don't owe anybody anything. Everything that you do for anyone it's a gift. You know what I mean? It's a privilege for them to be able to access you in such a way. So you can't feel guilty or dull your shine for anybody. You gotta just say, hey, this is my life. I did this to make it here. So I'm not feeling sorry for making it here. Like my advice is live your life to the fullest. Like don't ever shortchange yourself. Like eat at the best restaurants, buy whatever fashion apparel you want to buy, love who you want to love. Like do your thing wholeheartedly because when it's all over, it's over. You know what I mean? When it's over, it's over.
It is.
Nothing wrong with taking good care of yourself. Don't let people shame you or make you feel guilty for just, you know what I'm saying, being clean. Basically, you know what I'm saying? And just taking care of yourself. It's okay to love yourself. And then you can love others. It works so well that way.
Absolutely.
All right. So, boxers or briefs?
Boxer briefs. No, but here's the thing though. Here's the thing. I like to sleep in boxers, like, but they're comfortable to sleep in. But like my clothes are usually fitted, so I like boxer briefs, not the
Okay.
not the tighty whities, but just the boxer briefs, and I'm good.
They're
Yeah,
kind of tight but long.
yeah,
like
yeah. They come down the
hair.
thighs. Yeah, I like those.
I can see that. That makes sense.
Yeah, when they just a better fit. Like when because boxers they gonna bunch all up in your thighs, so I don't want that feeling.
Top or bottom?
Top and bottom what?
You wanna be on top or
It depends. Let
Like
me see.
favorite sexual position.
Yeah.
Okay, so we going
Depends on
there.
who it is.
I like a good missionary spot, but
Okay.
being on the bottom side, if I'm buzzing or something like, show me what you got, baby. You know what I mean? Like you get on top because I don't, I'm 42. Sometimes I want to just chill and let you show out.
Okay. Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, enjoy the ride. See the point.
Right. I see their point. That was funny. Tongue or no tongue when kissing?
No, I like a little tongue. If I'm into you, because kissing is more intimate than sex to me.
Yes.
So if I'm
Oh my God.
into you, yeah, you get all this tongue. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But if it's just like, oh, you cool, a little peck here, a
Yeah, I
little
don't
peck
have
there.
to kiss you.
Yeah, I don't want to kiss. I put my hand in the
Sometimes
side.
it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah. If I like you, you get some tongue. If I don't like you, yeah, nothing. You pecks.
If you could write a book about your life so far, what would be the title?
I already did it. It's called Broken Rungs. You can read it anywhere.
Broken
Yeah.
Rungs.
Yeah, I dropped it last October. So it's not about my life wholeheartedly. It's more about my journey from, going from 0 to 100 as far as what it took for me to become the person that I am today.
Oh, wow.
I meant to bring it. I forgot it, but I'm gonna get it to y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. And,
Don't remember. 3 things, right? You have to do 3 things every day for your brand or to better yourself. Everybody, don't forget that.
3,
Yeah,
just
that's
a minimum of 3.
That's a
Do
minimum
more,
of
but a
3.
minimum of 3.
Yes. That's the advice we got from Key Diego, Kemarr Brooks.
even if it's with exercise, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that. It can be anything. Just, look up what exercise you're going to do one day. Then the next day, maybe watch it.
Yeah.
That's
The
been
third day, do it.
That's been me.
Something like that. Like, that'll definitely put you on the right track.
Mhm.
And then I like, just as far as letting people know, getting into the real estate game, definitely having that money management, because a lot of people, like you said, you get $8,000, you blow through it so fast, because everyth's going up now.
It's because we were never taught. Like they didn't teach us that, in Detroit public schools. It was like we may have had like a math class or something, but just actually the importance of credit or
Yes.
what it takes to get a mortgage or what your FICO score is. They didn't teach us that in school. So you gotta kind of teach yourself because ain't nobody gonna show you. You know what I mean? Most people are like, nah, this is my knowledge, I know it. And it's very rare when you get somebody that's like, hey, I'm gonna give you the game too. Like I said, it's enough money out here for everybody. Shouldn't be no jealousy. Shouldn't be nobody beefing over things that you can obtain yourself. So, money management is huge. Know about investing. Know about stocks. Know about life insurance. You know what I mean? Things that's gonna continue your legacy after it's all over. You want to be able to have enough equity and assets that your offspring or your
Yes.
parents or whoever can benefit from it.
That's
Why,
what it's about.
why is it that our people more so don't like to talk about life insurance? It's like almost taboo. And then when someone passes, they want to, do GoFundMe's. I have to sell dinners.
We live in a society where it's that spend it, you can't take it with you. That's the mentality a lot of times. But we know you can't take it with you, but somebody else can advance from all of the things that you put forth. So life insurance is definitely important because that GoFundMe, it's like you living your life, especially on social media. You're taking trips, you're paying for this and popping bottles, but in your demise,
It's horrible.
it's help needed, and that's an embarrassment to your legacy. So before you do anything, take care of your family in real life, and then take care of your family after life.
Excuse me.
You got your family struggling. to try to have something for you that
Yeah.
you could have already had
Leaving a
handled for
burden.
yourself. And
Just leaving
you
a
know,
burden.
everybody it's bad.
That's what they don't understand, the burden that's left on the family when they're trying to recover. You know,
Yes.
funerals are
And
not cheap.
grieve at the same
cheap.
time. You know?
Black people, we gotta buy more assets and equity rather than the liabilities. You know what I mean? Like, we show our wealth. We want you to see how wealthy we are. You know, and we go out and get a chain that we can't afford. You know, get the car that you can't afford, but then your crib look like, you know what I mean, shit. So
Right.
you gotta be able to just live within your means, be comfortable with who you are, and stack up and then execute when it's time. You know what I mean? But just trying to buy a bunch of things to show a bunch of people that don't care, that's definitely not the way to get rich.
Definitely.
And right now, they're pricing people out of like the apartments downtown because they're turning them into condos
Oh,
and
yeah.
things like that, so that, you know what I'm saying, they can sell them on the market at a higher price. So a lot of people have been kind of displaced or had to move out of the city. They're talking about like the percentage of Detroiters moving to Atlanta and other places so that they can afford to live.
Yeah. Rent is sky high. Keeping it 100, like the way that we obtain wealth, like back when our parents did it, that's not the way really to obtain wealth. People always frown upon like renting, saying you're giving your money to somebody else. But sometimes renting can be your best asset because you're not dumping all of your life savings into a down payment,
Yes.
into a home. You know what I mean? You have the flexibility to pick up and go whenever you want to, not worry about when things go wrong because you don't own a property. So due to the fact that you haven't exploited all of your cash into buying a property, you now have that cash in your pocket, in your bank account or whatever, to invest in other things to make you more money. And that's what money essentially is. It's a tool to get more money. So when you get money, utilize it to make you more money. It should go to work for you at some point. Because when you just live in check to check, that right there is stressful. You know what I mean? Because you like, damn, if I call in or too many things go wrong, your car break down and your baby needs some diapers and now you SOL and you got to borrow. So you want to be able to have enough in the reserves for a rainy day. I mean, and COVID showed us that. COVID showed us who separated the real from the fake, you know?
Yes.
Like,
It showed us who was the boss.
yeah.
For sure.
You know?
All right. Well, we want to thank you, Kemarr, for
Blessings.
coming on the show and just blessing us with your presence.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate all the little jewels you dropped on us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So coming up, we have Lamont Jenkins with Touch of Dash, and we'll be right back.